going to say, okay, then we just killed yourself on this
Dennis Rodman would average how many rebounds a game if he was playing for the Warriors?
For the Warriors?
20.
Probably 15 to 17.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to take another one.
Draymond, sorry.
But here we go to the next one, and we talk about what Curry must do as a guard. He had 29 assists, where Draymond had 35. So, Steph, are you in the ball game?
No.
I mean,
Terry.
hello, give the
That's
ball.
probably because they're screaming at him, pass the ball every time he touches
Terry,
it.
Draymond has 2 jobs.
Pass the ball.
Catch the ball when it hits the rebound. Pass the ball when you catch it.
But I will.
That's his
comment,
only 2 jobs.
This is what I'll comment on because with what Tom said about
Steph shouldn't have a single
they
assist.
played Portland. Let's not forget, and Portland's not going to get away with this either.
He's so
Games
silly.
2, 3, and 4. Portland had double-digit leads going into the half, and every single game.
And then Draymond Green
and lost.
took over in the third quarter.
They had 18-point leads in game 2 and 3 and lost.
Oh, hold on, y'all.
Hold on.
No, let me
as
read
I
the
go
point.
to number 4, as we go, I got to finish
You still got
mine.
more bad stats.
You got to let me finish mine. As we go to number
All right,
4,
I got 4 stats, dude.
Draymond leads 2-1 over Curry so far. As we go to number 4, it's shooting percentage, where Stephen Curry was 45 out of 96, a 46.8%. Not bad. I don't give up. But Draymond beats him there also, 26 out of 48 at 54%. Then we go to 3-point shooting.
Stop. Terry, is Dwight Howard a better shooter than Steph Curry?
No.
All right, then.
Okay. As we go on to 3-point shooting, this is where Curry should win.
Okay.
I mean, Curry should. He shoots a lot of them. He's 26 out of 61, 42%. Draymond, 2 out of 8, 25%. No problem.
Yes, the best 3-point shooter we've ever seen should do better than Draymond Green.
Yeah,
I agree.
And free throw shooting, Curry does that. He's automatic.
Briggs while he's talking to Draymond.
He's 30 out of 32, 93%. Draymond, 12 out of 18, 66%. Turnovers, Curry had 14. Draymond had 17. Steals, this is your guard position out here. He only had 2 steals where Draymond had 9. Okay, so he wins.
Active hands.
Triple doubles, Stephen Curry had 1. Draymond had 2. Okay, if he's such a great player overall.
So loved.
Your plus minus points. Now, this is where we always talk about that war junk that we talk about. This plus minus
Terry's
points.
doing analyticals.
Yep.
Analytics.
Curry was a plus 42. Draymond was right behind him, plus 41.
Oh, so he didn't win.
But then we come down to a notch where we are 5-5, and there's only one more to go with, and that's how many blocks did you have. Curry had 0. Draymond had 11.
Go to free throws.
And he wins it.
Go to free throws.
6. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Free throws. Free throws was 30 out of 32, 93%. I gave him that one. So Draymond wins at 6-5 for the MVP of that series and to move on.
All right, now that Terry's done.
Kerr did say he loved how Draymond pushed the ball, but
Tom,
that's just because I think Draymond.
Tom, I got 4
control.
stats for you.
It is bad when Draymond's running the point and Curry's going to a spot.
Here's the 4 stats for you, Tom. Steph Curry game 1, 36 points. Steph Curry game 2, 37 points. Steph Curry game 3, 36 points. Steph Curry game 4, 37 points.
It's pretty good.
Terry, there's your stats.
Yeah, that's what I said. 146. I gave him that.
Yeah, that's
but
why
he still didn't outshoot Draymond as far as percentage.
I see he didn't put a stat on kicked players, poked in the eye. And
well,
all
he
that
hasn't
kind of
done
stuff.
that this series.
Yeah.
I don't think he's really done it all year, though. I think he's reeled it back.
Did he take the year off of kicking people?
Yeah, he's waiting for the final.
All right, so we got to get into some of this free agent stuff. Now, here's what happened, folks. And you got to go to, if you're on YouTube watching, we lost our signal a minute ago. Now we're back up. You got to go on there and rewatch Klay Thompson's reaction. You've seen it, haven't you?
To him not getting,
over Kemba. So Kemba Walker was named All NBA third team. I contend he should barely be an All-Star over the years, and now they're naming him to. I guess if nobody else shoots on your team, you just keep shooting. No matter what percentage you shoot, you're going to get named one of these teams. I don't know. I guess so. They asked Klay about it because what it is, folks, is the way the collective bargaining agreement is that you're paid based on these teams that you make. You don't even negotiate it. You don't get to say, hey, I made this team, pay me this much. It's, if you make this team, you get this much. And not only does that affect their pay, it's voted on by the media. So basically, if the media don't like Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving, and they don't vote him, they could. This is how much they cost Klay Thompson.
Oh, I think it worked too because Kevin Durant was not first team; he was second.
It
team.
cost Klay Thompson $30 million by not being on one of those teams. He said who all made it, and when they said Kemba Walker's name, he rolled his eyes, shook his head, and was like, "Come on, man!" Like he said, I've been to 5 straight championships. We ain't got a bunch of scrubs out here. And so that was Klay's point, that he's probably maybe the top 3 shooters in the league, maybe the top 5 defender. And we're talking about.
I mean, he's great. I think he should have been on one of the teams, but I saw a bunch of people, dissing and slandering Kemba like he's not good enough. I'm like, he's good enough if there was a 4th team to make it.
I agree, maybe not
Kemba
3rd
team, but let's not.
He's good, but he's not better than Klay.
Yeah, but then they still put Kyrie Irving on 2nd team.
Rudy
Walker is literally a
Gobert
poor
made
man's
13.
Kyrie. If Kyrie Irving wouldn't have won the championships he did if LeBron never went back to Cleveland, him and Kemba are in the same boat.
So-
high volume shooters, high scorers.
So here's
but
how it
they ain't winning.
affects. Here's how it affects Kimba's money, and Charlotte, and everyone else that wants Kimba. So because Kimba made this team, he qualifies in Charlotte. Now follow along with me. His bird rights gave him 5 years, $190 million. Since he got this team, they gave him the supermax at 221. So Kemba Walker, now it says he's qualified. I don't mean they have to give it to him. They can offer him less.
Yeah, they could just offer him a
But
max.
he is qualified in Charlotte between 190 to 221 million. Now Terry, that is, this year he's making $12 million a year. The highest paid Hornet is Nick Batum at $24 million a year. If Charlotte offers that and he accepts it, he's going to be making anywhere between $38 to $44 million a year. That is 3 to 4 times more than he's making now. So that means 3 to 4 less players on the team than you already have now. That's if the Hornets offer him. Now here's his thing. If the Hornets offer him, I see no way he doesn't take it. Because if he signs with
I don't think
another
anybody
team,
else is going to offer him it.
if he signs with another team, the most they can give him is 4 years, $140 million. So the Hornets can basically offer him 1 extra year for $80 million. 1 year, $80 million is basically what that amounts to if he stays with the Hornets. So the big question is, for you guys, that's why I wanted to read it all first out to you, should the Hornets even offer Kemba with all the money that it's going to take to sign him? He's going to be getting paid more than LeBron, everybody, pretty much everybody in the league. Is it worth it, the Hornets even offering to try to keep him because they've spent 7-8 years building around him with maybe the best contract in the league?
No.
And now it could be the worst
No.
contract.
I'll be
What do the
the first one to
Hornets
say
do?
no. Go ahead, sir. I said no.
I'm going to say no, and the reason I'm going to say no is the same way as the NFL when Matt Ryan has so much money he's been given and Brady is so low and Matt Ryan has a losing record in playoff games. Same thing with Kemba. What have you done for me besides lead our team that has nobody on it? And I mean, you're going to shoot. You're going to have to score. You're going to have to do
Why do you
everything.
think Tom Brady is revered as the greatest
Isn't that
quarterback
kinda
in
why,
the league?
Isn't that kind of why Clay's probably mad? Is what he means by that? I've been to 5 straight finals. Kemba didn't even make the playoffs this year, and he's getting the $30 million
Kemba hasn't
bonus.
made the playoffs in, what, 3 years?
He just got a $30 million bonus for shooting more this
He's
year.
not worth that money. Now, if you're going to drop back and say, Kemba, I'm going to give you a 5-year deal at 160, and Kimba's probably going to turn it down, his agent's going to tell him to turn it down. That's the problem you're going to run into.
Why?
But that's a lot of money for him.
If you want to keep Kemba, like you said, you don't have to offer him a supermax.
you
Just
do
because
not.
he
But he's going to go somewhere else
he's
if you do not.
eligible
His
for it.
agent's going to tell him to do
Now,
it.
with there being so much money,
because you could offer them more than what the next team will offer him.
here's what could happen.
Just not a super max.
If the Hornets decide they don't want him, they got a few choices. They can let him go. Kemba could also do a sign and trade.
Yeah.
And with so a team that's got cap room,
The Lakers.
the Lakers
The Knicks.
and teams like that could straight up sign Kemba for 4 years, 140. Or he could do a sign and trade with Charlotte, and this is what Charlotte would probably want, and the other team might even want too, because they're going to be paying Kemba so much money. Might do some type of sign and trade where Charlotte takes back some crappy one-year deals again. And that's where they're going. So it's Tankapalooza for Charlotte if they get rid of him.
Well,
and they don't even make the playoffs with
let me
him.
tell you
So I mean,
something.
what are they losing?
Let me tell you something. After this recent lottery, it's basically showing you that tanking is coming to an end. There's no need for
the
it.
bottom five.
You might get a top 5 pick, but even then, what was it? There was only one out of the 4 teams that had the highest odds to get the number 1 pick that was even in the top 4.
Yeah.
So there's no guarantee you're going to get a top 5 pick.
So Stephen A. came out and said, with the way the balls are bouncing with injuries and KD and Jimmy Butler and everything like this, the only player right now he sees going to L.A.
It's
is Kemba Walker.
Yeah.
Now, is Kemba going to go to L.A. making more than LeBron?
Yes.
See, that's crazy. That is totally, and I'm sorry if you're a Kemba
crazy,
fan, that is totally
I know it's crazy,
stupid.
but it shows you the difference between Kemba Walker and LeBron. LeBron is in the same mindset nowadays, just like Tom Brady is. He knows to win, I might have to take a little bit extra so I can get those extra pieces I need now, because I can't will a team to the finals like I did in my early and mid-20s.
So this affects the Celtics as well, because where's Kyrie going to go? Y'all might have to do a sign and trade as
I've
well.
already told you what to do with him.
There may be. Here's what may happen, Terry. Celtics, Hornets, 3-way trade. Gordon Hayward ends up in Charlotte. Somebody ends up in New Orleans, and there's going to be
and it
some
would
moves
be Charlotte tried to get Gordon Hayward a few years
what if
ago
Kim
from
ends up
Utah
in What if Kim
anyways.
ends up in New Orleans of Zion? That'd be
Okay.
a heck of an alley-oop
Let me tell you
combo,
something.
'cause you can't stay in front of Kim.
New Orleans is on a pathway. If they can get the deal done where they trade Anthony Davis away for the 3rd pick, or if they keep AD, they're on their way to being a decent ball team. Let's not act like Drew Holiday's a scrub. Let's not act like Randall is a bad
4-way
at the
deal.
post.
Kimba to L.A.
The Pelicans are going to be good.
Lonzo to the Pelicans. Kyrie to L.A. Kimba to the Pelicans. And vice versa. Then Charlotte with a bunch of all the crappy deals and nothing.
Can we talk about that? Can we talk about that too? How all of the big analysts were saying it's a catastrophe. It's catastrophic that the Pelicans wind up with the 1st pick, and a big market team didn't get the 1st pick for Zion.
Jerks.
Why? No. In all
Bunch of
seriousness,
jerks.
I'm like, how is that bad for the league? It's bad maybe for a marketing standpoint, but for
Tom,
the
I thought
league,
y'all were going to win it again. I was like, Cavs going to win this again.
Yeah.
And LeBron leaves
Yeah.
again. They're
Yeah.
going to win it again.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
But do you want-
how is the Pelicans being good bad?
Yeah, but
So-
I mean, is it a
That's
bad
East
thing
Coast
for you
people.
to have somebody come in to play with the Pelicans who really does not want to play there?
Well, it doesn't matter. Anthony
I mean, he
Davis
wanted
probably
to play
didn't
with the
wanna play
Knicks,
for the
and
Pelicans.
I never did understand that.
Well,
I
what
would
is he
rather
gonna
go to
do?
New
What's
York
he
than
gonna
go
do?
to the
Pull a
Pelicans.
More
Andrew Luck?
people would want to play there if they weren't called the Pelicans.
You think that's the problem?
Yeah.
You think that's the problem?
I mean, why not
I
change
just,
the
I just
name?
don't understand.
All right, Peyton, we got to take a break. I know we're way behind. Let's take that break. We're going to come back and finish up the show with some NASCAR and NFL quick news and notes. We'll be right back, KDC Broadcast.
Charlotte Motor Speedway.
The fans are on their feet. Let's go racing.
It's the Elsco 300.
Noah Gregson spun his wheels on the initial start of the race. A big battle, and Zane Smith's in the middle of it with Noah Gregson. Cole Custer is going to lead the way as they cross the start-finish line, getting a huge push right behind him from the number 7 of Justin Allgaier. Brandon Jones now side by side with Allgaier.
Catch the exciting action of the Elsco 300. Saturday, May 25th at 12:30.
The Alsco 300 this Sunday afternoon at 12:30 on Carolina Country WCSL. 92.3 FM, 1590 AM, and online at kdcbroadcasting.com. When you shop our local advertisers, be sure to tell them you heard it on the radio. That way they'll know that their radio dollars they spend works for them and you too. Even in today's fast-moving world, radio remains the leading media to reach more people. 93% of Americans listen to AM/FM radio over the air. TV viewership is 89%, smartphone use is 83%, and personal computer use is 50%. So if you're a business owner, reach more people with the power of radio. If you don't tell it, you can't sell it. See the power of radio. WHS Shelby, WLON Lincolnton, WCSL Cherryville. Online at kdcbroadcasting.com. Make your business or office a Boss or Carolina Country listener post. All you have to do is tune your radio in your business or office to 107.5 FM or 92.3 FM. Let us know and we'll put your name on the radio. And each month we'll have a drawing from area listener posts for a dozen breakfast biscuits from the Creekside Clock Restaurant in Shelby, along with coffee or tea. Area listener posts include Promotion Motors in Lincolnton, Cherryville Signs and Graphics, Lowe's of Lincolnton, Watson Carpet and Tile, R&D Mattress Center of Cherryville, Carolina Furniture Mart, Memory Lane in Krause, Watson Carpet and Tile, Davis Brothers Automotive, and Carolina Furniture Mart. So make your business or office a Boss or Carolina Country listening post today.
Is the cost of ink driving your profits down? Then listen up. Discount Ink Jet and Toner is here to help. Discount Ink Jet and Toner specializes in refilling ink jet and toner cartridges. Cut your ink costs by as much as 50% or more. Discount Ink Jet and Toner, located on 410 East Franklin Boulevard in Gastonia. 100% satisfaction guaranteed.
Dwight Fowler at Renato Buick GMC at Renato Auto Mall in Shelby brings you a special Memorial Day invoice sale. Just pick out the vehicle of your choice, pull the invoice right off the window, and come inside for big savings. Plus, you can qualify for additional special incentives and rebates. It's one sale you don't want to miss. The Memorial Day invoice sale at Renato Buick GMC at Renato Auto Mall, 4423 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at RenatoAutomall.com. The most popular flooring sold today is the new LVT waterproof flooring, and it's now on sale at Flooring America on Slater Street in Kings Mountain and Carpet One Interiors on East Ozark Avenue in Gastonia. Now you can buy the new LVT waterproof flooring for only $2.99 a square foot. That's right, only $2.99 a square foot. And they do free estimates with installation available. See Flooring America on Slater Street in Kings Mountain or Carpet One Interiors on East Ozark Avenue in Gastonia for your new LVT waterproof flooring.
And welcome back to Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. Kevin, back to y'all.
All right. Some of the gang just left. No more Draymond Green talk. Terry just left, so we got none of that. Now I gotta get an unbiased quarterback opinions now that Terry's gone.
Yeah.
About the sporting day. Now that you guys are
Yeah.
are here for this weekend, we talked about this last week. The NFL sporting news named their top 32 quarterbacks. Terry didn't understand why the rookies were even on the list.
They're starting quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go, Terry. I answered why you were so puzzled.
But the list is fun, confusing, and of course, as all lists are, this is the sporting news. Some people never actually.
Wait. You have Haskins down as a starting quarterback?
I got him at 32.
They do.
Yeah.
They're expecting him to be a starter?
Is he not?
I don't know yet.
You're a Redskins fan, you tell me.
If you ask me, he should be starting, but that's just because he was a top 15 pick. But I don't know.
They still have Smith though, right?
No.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's on. I mean, he's there, but he ain't playing.
What I'm saying is he's still. He's not going to have to.
The
injury's not going to make him retire, is it?
They don't know.
They don't
signed
know.
Case Keenum.
We got Case. That's why I was like, well, we signed Case Keenum.
That's right.
We got him for a year.
Right,
that's
so
why I thought.
Here's why the list is
Whatever.
silly. It's got Joe Flacco at 30. He's 14-5 in the playoffs. 14-5. He's beat Roethlisberger. He's beat Manning. He's beat Brady twice. Pennington, who's been to two AFC one AFC championship game. Who else is on that list? Everybody on that list. He's beat quarterbacks who.
He definitely needs to be top.
He
needs to be top 10. He needs to be top 10.
Flacco has beat quarterbacks who've been to 27 Super Bowls. That's how good Flacco's been. They got him at 30 and Eli at 29. Eli and Brady, looking at the stats, had the exact same stats last year, pretty much, except Eli had like 6 more less touchdowns, maybe 7. Exact same stats. On this list, Brady's 3, Eli's 29. If you watch TV, Eli needs to retire. Brady needs to keep going. Yeah, all based on how good your defenses are.
Yeah, I'm just not sure why there's such a hate on Eli.
He beat Brady twice.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's just.
Eli is awful, and they drafted
he beat Brady more than his brother did. His brother's in the
Eli.
Conference with him.
Actually, this is a fun thing with Eli. Did you see his nephew? Did you see the story about his nephew?
No.
Arch Manning. That's his name, Arch.
Gosh.
It's Cooper's son. As an 8th grader, he threw 3 touchdowns in a varsity matchup.
There'll be another Manning. There will be another.
I thought you was going to go where I was going to go that time. 3 touchdowns in a high school football game. He's Al Bundy. Welcome to the welcome to football. You don't know who Al Bundy is, do you? Do you
I
know who
know
Al
the
Bundy is?
name. I
Now
know
Peyton
the
Manning's
name.
got a
so
couple
old.
kids, doesn't he? He's got a couple.
Peyton's got
I'm
a
not
couple,
sure.
but
Ask the trainer.
Cooper's
ask the trainer
Cooper's
in
the
Tennessee
oldest.
if
So.
he's got any
But
kids.
but when I read it said 8th grade and he's playing in a varsity game.
Cam was 19th, Jameis 20th, Dak 14th, Hunter's favorite quarterback, Josh Allen 25th. Nick Foles is 24th and Wentz 11th. Don't they play better when Foles was in the lineup? Didn't he win a Super Bowl? Didn't he win a Super Bowl MVP? Jeez. All right, that was fun for that. I want to say a little bit about that a little bit. All right, NASCAR this week in Coca-Cola 600. I went to the All-Star last week where Kyle Larson won. Charlotte's kind of a weird race. I think the All-Star, I enjoy it being in Charlotte because I like it because it's at night. It's cool. Unlike how everybody's going to be tomorrow, they're going to be sweating.
It's going to be awful.
Booties.
That's supposed to be like 95.
Yeah,
95 and nothing but heat coming off the cars and the track.
If you're going to take the kids, I highly recommend the All-Star race because it's shorter than most races and it's at night.
It's more exciting too.
More exciting. The drivers they're not racing for points, so Charlotte is a very thin track, so there's not as much passing at all. The All-Star race, there's way more bumping and grinding.
That's why I was getting ready to say that's why they wreck.
600, it's circles and circles and circles and circles of riding and hope someone doesn't. They pretty much ride till someone blows a tire or something or wrecks. 600 miles, they'll do that. But so I highly recommend taking. I took my daughter, she's 4, and my son. We sit there right in the start-finish line, and they had an absolute.
Was it packed out? It was packed out.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was a great
All-Star
crowd
race
for
always
the
brings a
All-Star.
great crowd.
So I recommend all that. I haven't been to the I didn't go to the Roval last year, but I'm making it either. I'm gonna have tickets or I'll have a press pass for that. I wanted to see the Roval. I thought that was a great idea. Those are just a few changes I wish they.
Where they alter the track.
Yeah. It's half infield, half oval. And they made like a little slalom there into the finish line last year. I didn't quite like, and that caused a big wreck and some problems.
Mm-hmm.
Do they still do the auto fair out there? They used to do it. Yeah, they used to do an auto fair out there too.
So William Byron wins the pole. Great news, Chevrolet winning the pole at a 1.5 mile track.
And you got one in the 4 spot.
And then the rest Fords.
Yeah.
They got one Toyota. And then 5 through 9's Fords. Harvick, Suarez, Logano, Boyer, and Stenhouse. Byron's in the 1 hole. Eric Almirola's in the 2 in the 10 car. That's the Danica Patrick car.
This is the most dangerous 3 spot. If you and how you put it said, oh well, there's only one Toyota. Well, that's probably the driver they didn't want to see sitting there.
He'll be leading after 5 laps.
I was about to say,
or maybe even the first lap, because the way we watched the restarts the other night, that you have a chance in the first lap to make a move, maybe 2. But once Charlotte, it's so thin and the cars get spread out. So once that leader gets in that spot, he'll hold that spot for a while.
Let me show my ignorance here.
Okay.
Where's Dodge?
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That's been a long gone for a long time.
I was getting ready to say.
Sorry,
Dodge,
NASCAR fans. He's from Ohio.
Let me tell you something. Here. I'll say this.
He's wondering where these fenders came from.
You were what?
I was looking at there. I was like, "There's no
doing on the car."
How long's it been? But how long's it been? Tell me how long it's been.
It's been a while.
It's been a long.
But
time.
here, I'll tell you this. So you asked, "Where's Dodge?" Well,
funny.
would you think I'm mad when I told you, or would you think I'm lying if I told you that Volkswagen is interested in getting into NASCAR before Dodge?
Honda and Volkswagen are both trying.
But see, Dodge seems like with the Charger and Challenger, it would be just like they're perfect cars for this.
Body
you know what I mean?
style-wise,
They're like
I don't
perfect.
think
They're
so.
perfect.
Well,
They're
Chrysler is
perfect.
having some money problems, right?
I guess.
GM as a whole.
Let me show some more ignorance. Chevy has now got the Camaro out there.
Yes. We got
I saw
Camaros
that.
and Mustangs out there
And
instead of
it's actually-
Camrys.
Right.
And it's the second year it's running.
Which
the
fans have
Camaro.
wanted for years. The Chevy's been having problems finding the right package right now, Tom, for the Chevy package.
Which is
Right.
weird because that Ford is still out there running the Fusion because in the lowers they're running the Mustang.
Ford has pretty much
They're
gotten
running
rid of their.
Mustangs now.
But
They
Ford,
are running the Mustang.
Ford is
now?
pretty
Oh.
much all trucks and SUVs now. Pretty much. The
Right, they're
company.
actually
Yeah.
getting rid of Ford. Will be getting rid of all sedans.
Right.
And
They got rid of
coupes,
everything.
And the Mustang
Is the
will be
only thing they're gonna make.
Only car pretty
Yeah.
much that they'll make. And so it's
You got to
crazy.
make what consumers want, right?
It's crazy how we went from everyone wants small gas suckers to now and cash for clunkers, and now everyone's buying
Right.
SUV.
Yeah, but I think everybody's realized that SUVs got more space in it, and they
2012,
get and they
Tom.
get just as good a gas mileage.
Now they do.
as a
Yeah,
car.
now they do.
Now it's
Now they do.
now.
Yeah.
So
Well, Pontiac's not in it anymore, if you were wondering.
I know Pontiac's not in it. But I remember when the Grand Prix was racing. Because I remember when Rusty Wallace was driving the Grand Prix. Now, that's back when I used to keep up with it a little bit. But I don't keep up with it much. And then you guys do this to
Looks
me every
like
time.
2012 season. No,
Really? Has it been since 12?
Yeah,
Wow.
someone picked on
Wow.
something about racing and the Indy cars and Jimmy Johnson. They were doing a car switch, and someone on Twitter said some comment about the Indy cars, and I was like, it ain't racing if you can't bump somebody out of the way. And they're like, you got to be kidding. You know, I made those people mad. I called them glorified go karts. If they're on the track, I told one guy if he was on the track, if Jimmy would just bump him out of the way, you would wreck and die. Like, what are we talking?
So it's Ford, Chevy, Toyota. That's it.
Yes. And the Chevys have been struggling to find the package. Now here's when everybody you should have known is when Stuart Haas switched from when Tony Stewart switched from Chevy to Ford.
Yeah.
And then Harvick starts winning everything. You know that Chevy and then Chevy's not doing winning anything. You know Chevy has a problem in some type of package or between those when a Chevy driver like Stewart just switches.
But back in the day, I can remember when they still had Buick. They still every once in a while Oldsmobile.
The best picture on the internet of NASCAR that people's been floating around lately is a picture of Dick Trickle driving a car while smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
And I was listening to them. They was talking about them all that. They used to. It was
awesome.
one of them. They would stick a pack of gum and a pack of cigarettes. They would stick it to the dashboard for the race.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Think about this, Tom. They were going just as fast then as they are now at these tracks. Like these tracks, I mean, some of the shorter tracks are going faster, but you know the fastest trap I think it was at Talladega was set in the 80s. Bill Elliott set that in the 80s. So it's just crazy how those cars were back then. All right, folks, that'll be on KTC broadcast tomorrow, WCSL 1590 AM. I haven't had a winner for this special RBI Hickory Crawdads tickets, so we're going to save these for next week, and I'm going to go ahead and give you the answer. We'll have a different trivia question. The answer to the trivia question of the top 3 players that Albert Pujols has knocked in his career. Number 3, Skip Shoemaker. Played second base, a little bit of outfield, a little bit here and there. I didn't guess that. When I was asked this question, I've made the point that he never had a consistent 1 or 2 hitter in front of him. Like they changed the way La Russa changed his lineups. It was wild. I didn't know. That was a wild guess for me. Hunter, you got the number 2 guy. Who's that?
Mike Trout.
There you go. The guy walks, gets on, and gets knocked in by Pujols, and they call him the greatest player ever. Tom, you want the guy who walks to first or the guy who knocks him in from first? Which one do you want?
I think I value the eye in a batter, so a guy who can draw a walk is just as good as a hit.
Well, all right, it is. All right. Well, here's the situation: 2 outs, runner on the 1 out, runner on third. Tom, would you rather have your batter walk or fly ball to right field?
Well, if it's a high school game, I'm really interested in getting that pitch count up. So the more walks, the better.
You want the walk to first? No, you want the walk to first. You want the base hit. You want the fly ball to right field.
Being a little facetious there.
Which one scores the run?
Yeah, of course.
The guy who swings the bat.
That's right.
It's hard to get a lot. Trout never has 100 RBIs. It's hard to get RBIs when you're walking.
When you walk. Yeah. Correct.
I mean, I've never seen an intentional home run from the up. Right? They have intentional walks, don't they?
Yeah.
We want to give Pujols an intentional double on this one, Coach. I've never seen that one. Let's move the runners. We're going to play ghost runners, too. So the guys on second get to score. That way it'll be better for us because we don't want to walk anybody. All right, that's my I hate war. That's just so stupid. Think about it. The math on that says that Mike Trout's a 40 times better player than Yadier Molina this year is. 40 times. Not 100, 40. Thank you, Tom, for reminding me. Real quick, also baseball. We got Braves and Cardinals today. The state playoffs, folks. We will have coverage of the North Lincoln State Championship on Friday and Saturday. We don't know where it is going to be and what time yet. Stay tuned on Facebook and Twitter. So we got to talk our schedule right now off the air. We'll be back next week. KDCBroadcasting.com.
Carolina Country, 92.3 FM, 1590 AM. WCSL, Cherryville, Gastonia. Online at KDCBroadcasting.com.